Good afternoon and welcome to Tiskre for the Eesti Premium Liiga match between Rising Stars and Strikers. Strikers have got off to a perfect start, dismissing Rising Star opener with the first delivery. Apologies for the online score not being up. And one wicket becomes two. So an extremely productive opening over from Habib Khan for the Strikers. Rising Stars won the toss and elected to bat first, and so far that has not worked out well for them. They may be ruining that decision. As Habib will continue. So yeah, as I said, a very productive over for Habib Khan, dismissing both Meidel and Nahid for ducks. 1 run, 2 wickets off the first over. So Shoaib and Nazmul are at the crease for Rising Stars. Bilal is coming in from the Stockholm end, and that is hoiked away, and that will be 4 runs. First boundary for the Rising Stars. Much better result than any of the balls from the first over. Thanks to Dave, we've got the live score up on the screen now.
Unfortunately, thanks to Dave, you didn't have it.
Apparently he's just fixed his own mistake, so swings and roundabouts. That was a very nice 4 hit by Shoaib. Picked it up early and dispatched it to the boundary. Bilal comes in again. It's outside off, but Shoaib smashes this towards Cow. Fielder is running around trying to cut it off, and he does so just inside the rope. Shoaib picks up another 2. hope you enjoy the Rising Stars coloured score display. Some people might see it as being Australia or South Africa. Shoaib whips this one off his pads, and this time he will get 4. So talking of swings and roundabouts, that's exactly what's happening out in the middle as well. The first over was completely one-sided, going the striker's way, and so far this second over is all Rising Stars with 10 runs off just 3 deliveries. Exactly the type of response that the Rising Stars wanted after that calamitous first over. Meanwhile, for strikers, Bilal will need to reset and try to get himself onto the line and length that he desires. And he's going to come around the wicket. Shoaib clips this one off his toes and picks out the fielder at square leg. They get through for just the 1 run. The green and yellow of the Rising Stars colour coding their innings is quite fetching on the screen. Umpire's just fixing up the stumps. And it will be Nazmul on strike. Bilal's coming back over the wicket to him. Appeal. Umpire's not interested. They'll just pick up a leg by as the umpire signals there. Umpire Dulita. Outside off, Nazmul attacks this. He gets a lot of height, but not much length, and the fielder came around, and you've seen him just on your screen. He had a lot of ground to cover. He did very, very well to get there, get under it. I think his hands were just a little bit too hard. But you cannot fault the effort and the amount of ground he had to get there for that. It was the striker's captain, Arslan, also captain of the Estonian men's national team. So 2 overs gone, 14 runs for the loss of 2. It's been quite topsy-turvy. And Habib will continue from the Kiev end for strikers. And they would absolutely love for him to repeat what he did in the first over, removing 2 of the top order for the Rising Stars. So here comes Habib into Shoaib. Shoaib dances down the wicket. He's not able to get close to it. Good bit of width there from Habib. I'm not sure if he adjusted as he saw Shoaib coming down at him. But either way, it got him a dot ball, and he'll be very thankful for that. This one gets a bit of lift out of the pitch up into Shoaib's body. He's able to work it away to point. Good throw from the fielder there, but they complete the single. Habib coming into Nazmul now. It's a nice ball. Gets an inside edge. They'll just pick up the 1 run. Lovely day here in Tiskre. Was forecast of a top of 18. It's about 20 degrees at the moment. I think it's going to get even warmer over the next couple of hours. Habib strays this one down leg side for a wide. The umpire signal it there. That's Rana umpiring from the Kiev end. He had a good day yesterday. Scored a 50, despite the fact that his team lost. Habib in again. Outside off stump, well wide and deservedly called. This is, of course, the Rising Stars' second match today. They lost the earlier game to Tallinn United by 86 runs. So they'll be hoping to get something out of this day. Chips this one over the inner ring. 3 fielders converging on it. Arslan, who actually does the fielding. His throw's gone a little wide, but it is well backed up. And they got through for 2 runs. Habib in again from the Kiev end. Again, it's chipped over the infield. Fielders racing back and it'll just restrict them to the 1 run. Shoaib is in particular looking quite aggressive. He really wants to take on these bowlers. Very full from Habib this time, outside of off. And Nazmul's not able to get hold of it. 21 for 2 after 3 overs. You'll see, apart from Shoaib, that scorecard for the Rising Stars, not a very pretty sight. But at this point in time, if he can stay there for a while and continue to be scoring the way he has been, things will be good for the Rising Stars. There's no problem with their run rate, 7 and over. And if Nazmul can just be rotating the strike to give his partner as much of the face as possible, he should be able to post a good score. So Bilal in again, outside off. Shoaib had a little flash at it. He was lucky not to get an edge there. Strays down leg side this time for a wide. It's a packed offside field. There's only 3 on leg side. The fine leg you can see on your screen. And a man just backward of square. And then a man on the boundary or just inside the boundary at cow corner. And he's going to have to run in to clean this one up as they add one more to the total. Bilal to Nazmul. Pulls this one away. He's found the gap through square leg. It's going to pull up just inside the boundary. So far, better over from Bilal. Hasn't given up any boundaries yet. This one's wide outside, off, uppercuts it. Habib was back and he's mistimed it, and that has brought a boundary. Nazmul's first of the day, or first of this match, I should say. I'm not sure if he scored any boundaries in the previous game. I'm sure he did. Yeah, Habib just sort of overran it. It came to him a little quicker than I think he was expecting. Bilal in again to Nazmul. Straight to ball. Just pushes the single. That's good cricket. Nazmul's picked this one up, and that's 4. Lovely shot. Timed it to perfection. Of course, sorry, that was Shoaib, not Nazmul. Nazmul had hit the single off the previous ball. And it's turned what was a good over for the Rising Stars into an excellent over for the Rising Stars. After 3 legal deliveries, it was looking okay, even though there'd been a wide in there for Bilal. But suddenly, 2 boundaries. And the Rising Stars picked up 13 runs from that over. So after 4, 34 for 2. And despite that horrible first over for the Rising Stars, they are well and truly in this game. These two have responded very, very well. Shoaib in particular. His teammates will want him to be there for quite a while. Habib continuing from the Kiev end. Shoaib just pushes this one out to point for a single. So Habib into Shoaib. Cuts this one away. The third man will cut it off. Just pick up the 1 run. Strikers need a good tight over from Habib here. They'd love him to break up this partnership and put pressure back on the Rising Stars. Short one here. It's gone over the shoulder. Umpires indicating Habib that's your 1 for the over. Here comes Habib once more. Outside off, straight drive, and that is 4. It's going to stop just in front of the commentary hut here. I could lean out the window and give Arslan a high five if I could be bothered to open the window. Lovely straight shot there from Nazmul. Smacked straight back over the bowler's head. Oh, it's a good comeback from Habib. That's a really nice ball. It's a difficult length. Right on the stumps. Squared Nazmul up, but he was able to keep it out. Slower ball from Habib, and he's got the breakthrough. He's bowled him. Completely deceives Nazmul with the slower ball. And the strikers break up this third wicket partnership that was going so well for the Rising Stars. Really good recovery from them after losing 2 wickets in the first over. And it is that man again, Habib, who does the job for the strikers with the ball. It's his 3rd wicket of the day. 3 overs, 3 for 14. He is doing very, very well. His captain will now have a decision about whether to bowl him through, as he's only got 1 over remaining, or hold that back and see what's going on. I'd say you should utilise him now. Strike while the iron's hot. If Habib could come back and bowl his 4th over after this one and pick up another wicket, that would really put the strikers in the driver's seat. So the new batter is Udian. It's Shoaib on strike. And the new bowler from the Stockholm end is Syed. Oh. I think that was a catching chance there from the keeper. I think he's... Definitely looks... It was given as run, so there's definitely bat. But Shoaib survives. So it'll be Udian on strike to face his first ball. Just guides this one towards the gully. He wanted to get off the mark, but Shoaib sent him back quite correctly as well. A few lures on that one straight away. This time he's picked out the point fielder. He definitely knows where they are. His desire will be to get it between the two of them. There is no protection on the boundary. This time he cut it away. The points... Oh, he got 2 hands to it. It bobbled out. He got 1 hand to it. It bobbled out. And then he just couldn't quite get another hand to it. So the catch goes begging. Udian desperately trying to pierce the gap between point and gully. This time he goes forward of the wicket, quite defensively. Pushes this one just past the short cover and will get off the mark. So that's the end of the power play. Rising Stars are 42 for the loss of 3. saw there on the bowling scorecard that it's Habib Khan who has taken all the wickets. So it looks like Arslan has decided to keep one over from Habib in his back pocket for later in the game, as we'll have a new bowler from the Kiev end. It will be Ali Masood. He's just adjusting his field. The keeper has had a helmet brought on, but he's not putting it on. It is instead sat behind the stumps, not directly behind the keeper. It's 5 penalty runs just waiting to be given away. So here comes Ali into Udian. Swing and a miss outside of off. He stepped away from it. Straight ball, driven, out, no run. Drives this one straight to the short cover, but it goes right between his legs. Arslan cuts it off just inside the boundary. And short cover needs to do far better there. A ball hit directly at him and he gives away 2 runs. I think so. The question in the chat asking if it was a dropped catch. I think if you're referring to the one from, it could have been a catch by the keeper. Yeah, I do believe it was a chance. Might have been a difficult one, as Ali just strays down leg side there. Straighter ball. They get through for a single. If you have any questions about anything happening in the match or Estonian cricket in general, just pop them in the chat. Shob came down the wicket to Ali and essentially just yorked himself, still able to get some bat onto it. That's a good ball from Ali. Ties the batter up. And another good over for the strikers. They've really turned the run rate of the Rising Stars around. It was starting to creep up, but once they dismissed Nazmul, it's been tough going for the Rising Stars to be able to score. Shob hasn't had much of the strike since he lost his previous partner, and Udian has struggled to score most of the time. Keeper's now got the helmet on. Just adjusting it a little bit. Syed continuing from the Stockholm end. He bowled a very good over previously. Only one run against him coming from it, but there was also a leg by. But that type of tight bowling is what the strikers want. And they get through for a bye. Good thing the keeper had the helmet on there. I think he wore that one. At first I thought it may have been an edge going into him, but the umpire said there was no bat involved. Cuts this one to point. No chance of a run there at all. Skies this one. Fielder's coming in and takes the catch. Aslan Amjad, the captain, takes the catch to dismiss Shoaib. That's the end of a good innings that had slowed down a bit in the last couple of overs. He's still trying to go aggressive, taking on the bowlers. And that time he got a bit too much under it, and it had all height, no length. And in the end, a fairly easy catch for Arslan. And so the fourth wicket falls for the Rising Stars. 48 for 4. And now things starting to get a bit precarious for them. Getting to that point where you have to be concerned about the wickets falling. Parthakar, the new batter, in. Syed continues. Big swing and a miss from Partha. Cuts this one away. He has beaten the inner ring this time. And that will be 4. This is what Udian and Shoaib had been trying to do. There's the offside field. There's the gully, the point, the cover, and long off. And there was no protection square of the wicket. So once you get the gap, you will get 4. Any clean hit at all will easily find the boundary, as Partha did with that last ball of Syed's over. Now that boundary doesn't really do much damage to Syed's figures. 2 overs, 1 for 5. He is really contributing to the strikers being in a really good position here. It's exactly what the strikers needed after Habib finished his spell. It will be Ali Masood to continue from the Kiev end. He also bowled a fairly economical over last time. Pushed into the extra cover region. The point fielder able to clean that up quite quickly. Ali into Udian again. Udian slices at this. It's beaten the gully. He's racing after it. And he's able to pick it up just inside the boundary. And they'll add 2 to the total. Udian having a little check around of the field, trying to see where the gaps are. He drives this one through the covers. It's a really nice shot. I don't think it's got the legs. No, it hasn't. It's going to pull up about 5 metres inside the boundary. Arslan doing the fielding. Again, there were 3 converging on it. This is really good to see from the strikers, this type of attitude in the field where most of the time there are 2 or 3 fielders going for the ball, making sure that they can prevent any runs. As a result of that, they've made a change in the field, brought 1 more man over to the offside. So there's a short cover, an extra cover, a point, and a mid-off, as Ali just strays down the leg side for a wide. What it does mean on the onside is there's now no protection on the boundary, and that has drawn the cross-bat shot from Udian. As he's seen that there is no one in the deep on the onside in front of the wicket. Onside field is a mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg and fine leg. Inside edge, the fine leg will eventually pick it up. Got tangled up around his legs a little there. Guess that means his legs aren't so fine after all. So here comes Ali once more. This is wide-ish and is called wide. Now, considering that that is the end of the 9th over, in the 9th, not a single fielder on the boundary. There were 3, oh no, let's say there was 1 fielder, the long on was outside of the ring, but everybody else was on the circle or inside it. And despite that, there were no boundaries hitting that over. Now, we do have some fielders on the boundary. There is a deep mid-wicket, and there's a man at cow corner, and there is a deep cover who is about 5 metres in from the boundary. This one's pushed into a gap just wide of Arslan at long off. I'll just get the 1. Syed's made considerable changes to his field this time compared to his previous couple of overs. Bit of excitement in the field there. There was no edge, and the keeper didn't even take it cleanly anyway. Strays onto the pads this time. Partha just working it to square leg for the 1 run. There are plenty of gaps out there for these batters. If they can find them, they will be able to pick up their much needed boundaries. This time Udian just pushes it to the short cover. Syed in again. Just works that one backward of square. Fine leg fielder does the cleaning up. 1 more to the total. pulls this one. It's heading straight to the fielder at cow corner. And Syed finishes another very economical over. 1 for 9 from 3. And that is the end of the 10th over, and it shall be drinks. So we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. So the umpires and players are back on the field, ready to kickstart the back end of the first innings. Rising Stars 64 for 4 after 10, and it will be another bowling change from the Kiev end. Shall be Ilyas Hassan coming on to bowl, and he will be bowling to Partha. This goes down a leg side, called a wide. Here comes Ilyas again. again, pretty much identical ball down leg side for another wide. Rising Stars will appreciate these freebies, but after a little interruption, batters do prefer to get bat on ball again quickly, and this time Elias goes even wider down leg side. Partha looked to get one, and this time after a fumble by the keeper, they do scamper through for a second. Sorry, to make it to 2 wides. 1 wide becomes 2. So that's been 4 runs from the over, and we haven't had a legal delivery yet. Elias needs to get his line in order, get himself on the stumps. But again, he's gone down leg side. It's giving the umpire runner a bit of a workout. See if Elias can get a better line this time. He does get a much better line. The throw from the mid-wicket fielder has broken the stumps, so the umpire will have to come on and fix those up. Always annoying for an umpire when a fielder unnecessarily knocks the stumps over. Udian just reassessing his guard. Elias comes in and he's gone back to a wide down the leg side. As that is 4 times he's basically put it in exactly the same spot. It is, I believe it is very deliberate. That's the ball he wants. He just, I guess, doesn't want it to go quite so far down the leg side. But this one's gone further down. If 4 of the wides, the ones that haven't been considerably wide, had been pitched up a little bit or had landed maybe even just an inch and a half towards the offside, I think they would be very good balls, but he goes fuller this time outside off. Udian picks it up and gets a 4. Nice lofted cover drive there from Udian. Give his side a much needed boundary. And to go along with the 7 wides that they've got from this over, it's turning it into a very productive over indeed for the Rising Stars. 11 from it so far, and we've only had 2 legal deliveries. So what type of response does Elias have here? Full on the body. Udian's only able to pick out the mid-wicket fielder, so it'll be a dot ball. That's the type of thing that I think if the batter had been able to get more bat on ball during this over, he probably would have been able to dispatch that one. This one's into the body again. Elias appealing for a ball that I could see from here was clearly going down leg side. But he does pick up another dot. Now it's back to the wides down on leg side. I'm having flashbacks to yesterday, the amount of wides in this over. I'm joined by Mr. Dave Robson.
Looking very much like this morning. Wide.
You can't even see all the wides.
Mm.
The one wide was the third wide that was bowled.
Long over.
Yep.
Good thing he's young and fit.
That was another wide, so it's going to keep going. Still got 2 legal deliveries he has to produce.
Oh.
That's going to be another one. So he's gone from most of them being down leg side to now he's bowling them wide outside off.
Has he tried left-handed?
No.
Might be worth a shot.
The thing is, the first dot ball, the one that is first on our screen at this point in time, was a lovely ball. And there's another good ball. I don't know what the keeper's appealing for.
It's Rashid Mahmood, and he appeals for every ball.
I think he should just say, no, it was a celebration for the fact that it wasn't a wide. And that would be a worthy celebration indeed.
He is not a wicketkeeper I enjoy playing against because he just never shuts up. And
Ilias gets this one into the body. Udian turns it around the corner for one. And this epic over comes to an end. The over that threatened to never end has actually been completed. 15 from it. And only 5 of those from the bat. And that is the type of over that the Rising Stars really needed to get their innings back on track. It's been very up and down innings, this one.
I think they probably need another 3 or 4 of them to really get the innings back on track. Because if they bowl anything like they bowled this morning, we've got another 200 coming up. They were...
Well, strikers won't be able to score 200.
Because they won't score 200, yes. Yep. Good point. But, yes, they were woeful.
Saeed's going to bowl his 4th from the Stockholm end. He has bowled fantastically today. 3 overs, 1 for 9.
It's good, but it's not Romeo.
Cut away. Unlike Saeed's previous over, there is a man protecting outside of the circle on the off side, and it's a good thing. Otherwise, that would have gone for 4.
Did you happen to catch Romeo's figures?
I did not.
3 for 12 from his 4 overs. Bowled particularly well.
Oh, that's what Saeed's on now.
Well, except for the 3.
Well, yeah. Sorry, what is 1 for 12? Yeah, not 3 for 12.
Oh, not anymore.
This one.
Partha doing typical Partha things. Can always count on him for about a runner ball. Udian just back from overseas. It's his first match back. Looks like he's in reasonable form.
Well, he struggled for his first 10 balls.
Not one to hit a lot of boundaries, though. Well, as I say that, he launches up in the air. Fielder's coming in. He's underneath and he keeps. Bilal takes a great catch. You got Bilal and Ali out here patrolling, and they don't drop many.
Yeah, it was a really good take. He had a lot of ground to cover. He got there and had good soft hands. He took it still on the move.
Commentator's curse there. See how Udian doesn't play big shots, and there he goes.
Oh, what you said was he doesn't hit many boundaries. And that's
true,
what
he still hasn't.
He didn't hit a boundary off that ball.
So, pretty similar to this morning's batting effort. Run rate is okay, but just the wickets is the problem.
It's always difficult when you lose 2 of your top 3 in the first over.
Which they did in the first game as well.
Okay.
Little bit different pressure when you're chasing 222.
Mm-hmm.
But Murali bowled really well. And Sahil took a couple of very good catches in gully.
So Tanbir is the new batter.
Yeah, we're into the bowlers. So, 2 for 13 now. Ooh.
In the air, but he's not going to get the third to be Romeo-esque. Still, a very good 4 overs there from Saeed. 2 for 14 from them. And an economy of 3.5. And
I can't imagine Elias is going to get this over.
Yeah, I wouldn't have imagined it. It looks like Arslan's going to bowl himself. His plan was probably not to bowl, but for Elias to bowl 4. And then Habib would have bowled the last from this end. But after Elias's mammoth last over.
Well, he bowled. He's already bowled more than 2 overs, Terry.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, you could also have just given him back the ball and go, well...
Yeah, fix it.
Fix it. Or if you do the same again, at least then we're going to have something to chase.
True.
So Arslan comes into Tanbir, and he strays down leg side a la Ilias.
Consistency is important in cricket, Terry.
Yeah, but you want to be consistent with the good things.
Start with the consistent and then work on the good things. And another one down the leg side, and that's the keeper's actually managed to get a glove on it and push it around the short fine leg.
Simon in the chat just mentioning Romeo's great spell this morning. I think he must have written that just before you started talking about it.
The only disappointment was we didn't get to see him with the bat, but maybe next time.
So Arslan in once more.
That's
Not a wide, and it's pulled away by Partha. It's racing to the boundary. The fielder's trying to stop it. It looks like they may have just got a foot to it. Umpires are having a little look, and they're satisfied that the fielder
just angled in towards legs there, and a good shot by Partha.
Short, pulled away, he didn't get hold of it. It's oh, well done. The fielder bobbled it with the 2 hands, but then clutched it with 1.
I think it was Shuvo taking the catch. We've had 3 or 4 today that got caught on the 2nd or 3rd attempt. Maybe we're starting to improve, and we still drop them, but we still catch them.
Yeah, well, that's definitely heading in the right direction.
If you can catch all the catches that you drop, Terry, you're doing very well.
Yep.
6 down now for the Rising Stars. Looking like not a good day for them.
Yeah. It's now the concern about the projector score might say 144, but that's being very generous.
Well, Sheben...
I would say at this point in time, 120 they'd be very happy with.
Sheben coming out. He had a very fast and furious cameo this morning, scoring 20 off 6 balls.
Nice.
So he certainly got them out the middle. So if he could do that again, we'll certainly give him a boost.
Outside of off, he slashes
certainly
at it.
trying. Not a man to play a defensive shot, Sheben.
Well, if you're only going to have innings of 6 balls, don't waste any of them with a block. Outside off again by Arslan, but this one will be wide. Umpire Rana has had to signal many, many wides so far from this end.
Oh, that's a no ball. Yep. Off the pitch. And Sheben with a free hit.
Did look like Arslan was trying something there. Whatever it was, it did not come off.
Oh.
That has. Dot ball for the free hit.
Swing, batter.
Arslan just clutching at his tricep. He's not straining his arm by trying to bowl.
He has a bit of a strange action. Oh, this wicket keeper.
I assume the keeper was appealing for LBW as the
He doesn't know.
Umpire has signalled wide.
He just appeals everything.
I was expecting him to appeal that.
So he plays for Strikers 2.0 usually. And I had the great misfortune of having to umpire a game that he was keeping.
There'll be another wide from Arslan. So he replaced Elias because of Elias's epic over of all the wides, and this one is looking like it's going to be basically exactly the same, just minus the 4. This is a good delivery. Well, I say that, and I
won't make it.
Nah.
Come back for 2.
They did their best to get the 4 in there. So 11 from it, and it was not much better. It was slightly better than Elias's, but not by a lot.
So who bowls the next one then?
Well, with 6 down, I think there's no point of keeping Habib back. Bring him back. He might be able to pick up two wickets and one over. And whatever he's going to do, you know he's not going to bowl anywhere near the number of wides that Elias and Arslan have just produced. So even if there's no wickets, it's just another economical over that puts more pressure back on the Rising Stars.
Well, last year in Finland in the World Cup qualifiers against France, Arslan brought him on to bowl the 18th over instead of the 20th, and the team took 5 wickets in that over.
But most of them were run-outs?
No, a hat-trick and then 2 run-outs.
2 run-outs, yeah.
That's probably a wide.
I would have thought it would have been a wide, but Dulita didn't signal anything.
It's
and he's
a
just
bye.
signaling byes.
Surely should be a no ball for bowling in sunglasses.
There's nothing against that.
I don't think Dean Jones would let him get away with it.
Is there anything Dean Jones didn't do in sunglasses?
Ooh.
And who was the English spinner who bowled in sunglasses?
Oh, Graham Swan did a bit.
Yeah, but I was thinking of someone before him, though. Who was the one who ordered all the cups with... he wanted King of Spin on it, and they printed King of Spain.
That beats me.
It was just...
It's not Tuffers, because he's not that imaginative.
No. Oh, God, it's annoying the hell out of me. I think it was between Tuffers and Swan. Oh, cut away. That's a nice shot.
That is a
One
Sheben
bounce,
shot.
Boundary.
That's Sheben all over. Hard fast, and 4.
Well, he hasn't scored 20 off 6 here,
No.
but 7 off 7. And if he
Might just get going.
yeah, I was about to say, if he starts getting going now, then perhaps the 149 that the computer is predicting could become a bit more realistic.
Well, I watched him score a chanceless 100 here 2 years ago. And it was quite an exhibition in hitting. But that's probably his last big score he's had. Had a bit of an injury, back injury for a year. He says, I had a chat to him last week and he says he's all good. Everything's back 100%. So maybe this is his year.
Usama into Tanbeer.
Oh. And an appeal again.
It
Maybe
missed the bat.
He's just happy he caught it, Terry.
It missed the bat. It missed the stumps, but I'm still going to have a shout about something.
Happy he caught it.
Yeah.
Just a little celebration.
Maybe that's the point, though. Maybe you're misinterpreting. None of them are appeals. They're just celebrations.
Look at me. I caught the ball.
He's just loving life.
Well,
He just wants to celebrate every moment.
how could you not? Nice new uniforms. Lovely sunny day. Belting the rising stars. Doesn't get much better.
Arslan's going to bowl himself again.
Well, clearly, if someone's going to bowl wide, it's going to be the captain.
Yeah. Suppose the theory is that I can't get any worse, but sorry to say, it is possible.
Oh,
And he's bowled him.
And another Shebban special, looking to put it in the abandoned field across the road from the cricket ground, and completely missed it. And the zings light up. And Animal coming in to replace him with an average of 13, but a strike rate of 100.
Perhaps if he's, as his stats don't suggest, he is an animal with a bat. Perhaps he's more like Animal the drummer from the Muppets.
I don't think cricket's the animal. Maybe he's an animal at something else. So Arslan gets one straight and gets a wicket. Who would have thought?
So a good call to continue himself from the Kiev end.
Well, it's only one ball into the over. We'll see how good a call it was. Ooh. Oh, good. Mix-up. More mix-ups. More mix-ups. And they get a single. I can't say that was particularly good cricket from anyone there.
No, in particular from the keeper.
Did he appeal at least?
No.
Oh, well.
He what he did try to do was stop the ball by putting the glove down on top of it like he was going to
Not
smack
something
it.
you teach, Terry?
No. Oh, that's a nice
Ooh.
ball. That is a very nice ball from Arslan. His 2 overs so far have been chalk and cheese.
It's one thing you notice about the Rising Stars and probably the Tigers as well. Very short team.
This one's outside off and it is called wide.
Oh, keeper's thrown it straight up in the air. Yeah, you don't have to get the ball very short and it's suddenly going past their chest with these guys.
Compact club.
Oh, that is a great
whacked.
hit. On bounce. 4 runs. So Tanbeer, pocket rocket.
Came dancing down and picked it up perfectly.
Said, oh, you're going to bowl straight now, then I'm going to hit it.
That's one of the rare times this weekend I've seen quite a few batters dance down the wicket and all of them have basically nullified the ball, not been able to score anything.
Or
off
completely
it.
missed it, Terry. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Tanbeer has broken. This is full outside of off and called a wide.
Just catches the edge of the pitch. There's been a few wild ones from Arslan. False start. Oh, great
Driven
shot.
this one straight towards us.
Not going to get to the boundary. Bib picks it up and whips it in. But a lovely shot there from Tambier. Looks like he's decided he's had enough. He's going to have a go. On the pads, just flicks it around the corner. And one run. Arslan slightly shorter over that one. Just the 2 wides. Not a great scorecard for the Rising Stars. A few starts, but no one's really gone on with it. Let's see. Maybe the animal can prove me wrong.
So as Syed had bowled out at the Stockholm end previously, a new... No,
Still has sunglasses, man, Terry.
Usama. Yeah, Usama bowled the previous over that. That's right. Usama
Persisting with the sunglasses.
Oh, he's got the sun in his eyes. So fair enough.
Ooh. Up in the block hole. We had Mohammed Usman bowling in sunglasses and a backward hat down on ground 2. So I've taken a photo of that and I'll send it to the disciplinary committee.
And it will be ignored.
Full toss. Might be a fielder out there. I assume there is.
If you want a reaction to that, you need to send that to the Stuffy Shirt Brigade.
Tim Filer it is. Maybe we need to form the Estonian Cricket Uniform Association. Some real strict laws in place. Oh, slower ball, loopy. Just gets some bat on it. And a single.
Is that an association you're going to form, as you've already designated yourself as the Estonian Cricket Fashion Police?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Find some like-minded fashion Nazis.
Drives us into the gap just past the short cover. It should get to the boundary, and it does.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
Tambier's looking good.
Yep. Much needed runs at the back end of the innings.
So definitely going to get that 120. And maybe that 150 projected.
Dances down again. Big crack from the bat. I'll just get the one.
I think we had 2 bats broken in the first game. Ayush broke his second bat in 2 games and before he broke his face. It's been an expensive season so far for him.
Drives this one straight at his partner at the non-striker's end. They'll just pick up the 1 run. I suppose that's the silver lining for him. And then if he'll be out for probably 6 to 8 weeks with the injury, he won't be able to break any more bats in that time.
True. He was very excited. I think it was his first time to an Estonian hospital since he got his citizenship, and he was quite impressed with how quickly he got through the lines. The old expat hospital experience is a little bit different here in Estonia. I remember when I broke my finger last year, it was about 6 hours before anyone would look at me. But yeah, maybe when you come in with blood gushing out of your face, they look at you a bit quicker.
Yeah. You would hope so. You would hope they would prioritise that over an owie on your pinky.
A mangled finger. It's not going anywhere, is it?
So Arslan's coming. No, it's Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yep.
Arslan 2.0.
That is correct. Not Nice ball, but he's got underneath it.
And there's a fielder underneath it now, and he's taken the catch.
Well, that's a first real shot in anger from Animal, and he's come undone.
Well, he did show he's got a bit of animal in him with his shots, but he didn't get the middle of it.
Oh, I thought he was doing a really good job just pushing the singles, getting Tambia on strike, but got a little excited there, and he's paid the price.
Yeah, if he had got a little bit more on it, he would have got himself a 6. Instead, his innings just comes to an end.
Excellent bowling change from Arslan.
And it will be Riaz, the new batter.
He batted quite well this morning as well. Got 20 or 30. Hit some boundaries, so he can certainly hold the bat, Riaz. Whether he's... Oh, now he's jogging out to the middle. Cheyenne, 1 ball, 1 wicket. Can he continue that? 2 more wickets left for the Rising Stars. So they've got that 120, but the 150 may be out of reach. Short and wide.
He is doing his impersonation of a baseball batter.
Strike 1. Didn't look like he got particularly close to it either. Oh, full on the pads. Good run for a leg bite. So, been pretty good from Cheyenne so far.
Let's see what Tanbeer can do. And it's a full start. The impression there was someone chatting. Cheyenne comes in again.
Oh, good ball.
Tanbeer just squeezes it out to the gully.
It's been a good over from Cheyenne. Just one short and wide, but the rest have been pitched up on the stumps.
I think...
commentator's curse again as he sprays that down leg.
Instead of worrying about bowlers wearing sunglasses or hats backwards, I think you should get your Estonian cricket fashion police onto batters with painted white pads.
I'm on them already, Terry. I've already ordered them pad covers.
Excellent.
Was very hard on them last week, and every team that hasn't got the covers now has.
And the keeper's clutching at his face. Don't tell me we've got another injury. Yeah, well, you do.
Could be ambulance number 3 for the day. Tends to happen. We have no injuries for a long time, and then we'll have a day where ambulance after ambulance. Same thing the day I broke my finger. There was a guy on the other field that did exactly the same thing. And yes, the doctor was very surprised when I walked in with another cricket injury. He said, "Hang on, I just fixed one of these." So it looks like he may go off.
He's still down. Players coming out now with the medical kit. There's players for each team are coming on with water. There's a fair bit of a huddle around him, and since he's gone down,
It looks like a horse that goes down the race. You reckon they're going to put him down, Terry, or get the sheet up? Didn't see what happened. Must have been the throw in. Doesn't look like he'll be continuing on the basis of the fact that there's a lot of concern being shown.
Indeed.
Maybe we should just get a ambulance on standby, Terry. Or just a needle and thread.
We've got more than a needle and thread in the first aid kit. I'd need to either up match fees or find a new sponsor to be able to afford to have an ambulance here each day.
We're still waiting to get the toilet sponsor, Terry.
It's so basically looking at, if even just to have a medical attendant here, you're looking at €40 an hour. If you have an ambulance and full crew, maybe a hell of a lot more. And he's definitely in bad shape, as Ragnar is the scorer and the only fluent Estonian speaker at ground one is on the phone calling the ambulance.
Ambulance number 3 for the day.
As he gets escorted off.
Just watching it back, see what actually happened. Oh, yep, thrown in from the fielder, and he's gone straight through his hands into his chin. So not a whole lot anyone could do about that. Just needed to get his hands together and didn't quite get there. So I assume they've got a 12th man, but the real question is who's going to keep for the last 3 overs.
I'm not actually sure if they did have a 12th man. They had 13 or 14 named in the squad for the day, but they then I remember seeing on the team list that was submitted at a toss, they only had 11 identified. No one had identified as a 12th man. Someone has taken the gloves and pads. Can't quite see who it is, as Arslan's standing in the way. Yeah, there's no 12th man for the Strikers. And
well, then they should be getting on with the game.
Well, all of the players and the umpire are on the field. Or perhaps I was wrong.
Someone's taken the gloves.
Yeah, and someone else has got the pads.
Oh, okay. And he's bringing a helmet on for himself, which is a very good idea.
I can hear a siren already. Don't know if that is ours. But I can definitely hear a siren.
That's definitely not Mr. Whippy. So, Cheyenne has 1 ball left to complete the 17th over. And the keeper's brought out a helmet, but he's not going to wear it. runners.
So the Strikers did have a 12th man because they've got 11 on the field.
Well, let's hope the umpires are on top of it. At least they're out there very experienced, so I imagine they know what's going on. Cheyenne comes in. Oh, it's wide and short, and the batsman ran it at the offside, and runners said, well, you could have hit that, so I'm not going to give it wide.
8 for 125 after 17 overs. Rising Stars would really, really love to push this up to 150. Give themselves a chance against a strong Strikers team that features a lot of Estonian national team players. And they have a lot of batting depth. We've seen Cheyenne coming in at 7 and 8 in all their previous matches so far, and putting on really nice knocks to either get them to victory or to help them post really good scores.
So sunglasses to continue. Oh, is it Shuvo?
Yeah.
Also wearing the sunglasses. Left arm round the wicket. Oh. Good start. Right up there. And a bye given.
Yeah, everything was beaten. Perhaps we should rename the Stockholm end to the Sunny's end.
Only if we get a sponsor, Terry. The Ray-Ban end.
So it's Sunny's until we get a sunglasses manufacturer to sponsor it. Tell them, look, this is the sunglasses end. Do you want to be the sunglasses supplier for Estonian cricket? So it looks like that siren wasn't the ambulance for us. Driven through the covers, it's a massive gap. There's a fielder running around to try to cut it off. He does get a hand down to it, and they'll get back for 2. Yeah, I'm not sure what that username is. There's too many consonants and no vowels for me to say it as a word. And drives it again. This time it's much director to that fielder. Yeah, another ambulance victim.
Not sure victim is the right word.
Casualty.
That's the one. Not so much
On the
an
pads.
ambulance victim. Maybe a dukes to the face victim. It's good from Shuvo. Getting it right up there. Making the batter try to hit around his pad. Oh, he's given himself some room and just knocked it down to long off for the 1. So good over from Shuvo.
Yeah, not giving up any boundaries. Just what the Strikers needed him to do. For Rising Stars to get to 150, they really needed to get at least one boundary in each of these last 3 overs.
Looks like Cheyenne will continue. So Habib may bowl the last, or Shuvo might bowl the last. 132, they'll be probably pretty happy with that given where they were. But not sure that's going to be enough against a very stacked Strikers batting lineup.
Yeah, and with only 2 wickets in hand, if they go for risky shots, it could all be over very quickly.
And if their bowling doesn't improve from this morning, it'll be over very quickly as well.
He dances down, gets an edge, and that's taken by the keeper at the second attempt. So the second string keeper is able to remove Tanbeer. Cheyenne picks up the wicket.
1 to go.
Yeah, on comes a set of pads that I saw earlier, which made me think of the comment I made before. There's so little paint on them.
Well, we know where it is. It's all on the balls from last year.
Yusuf, the number 11 for Rising Stars. And now it really is just a case of trying to survive to make sure that your team bats for the full 20. Make the bowling team bowl every delivery they're required to.
I wouldn't put any money on it, Terry.
No, neither would I. That's what they've got to try to do. Actually doing it is a completely different
In he comes. Just drifting down leg. It's off the pad, no run. Shuvo's in quickly. Sorry, we're supposed to go in a little Shuvo, aren't I?
Are you?
Oh, of the slightly confusing 2 Shuvos on the field now.
Swing and a miss. Quite bizarrely, we've got a ring of fielders who are just outside the inner circle. And when the number 11's on strike, surely you get in and prevent a single.
Ooh, through the legs. I don't mind the straight over the bowler's head fielder.
No.
But, misfield. But they're not going to take one.
So Cheyenne ends up with figures of 2 for 2 from his 2 overs.
Not bad at all. That was a wicket maiden.
2 for 2 from 2.
Oh, we had 222 for 2 earlier, so...
And the ambulance has arrived with no siren on at all. It's come in stealth mode. The Tallinn Kirabi.
And it looks like it will be Shuvo to finish off. Big Shuvo to finish off. Nice and full.
Drives this one through point. They're looking for 2. Fielder lays it off to Habib, who throws it in. At the 150, he's looking too far a target at this stage.
Yep, Shuvo bringing a few more fielders in. Seems to be the only place the ball is going off Shuvo's bowling. Very experienced cricket player. Oh, back over the head. Fielders all trying to surround the ball, but no one really in with a chance for a catch.
Yeah, it landed safely between the 3 of them. Rising Stars just slowly making their way to 140. Guides this one straight to gully. They pick up one more. Shuvo to Yusuf.
Ooh.
Big swing, no ding.
Dot ball.
1 ball remaining.
Starting to see why he's number 11, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got onto that. Straight to the fielder. Ali comes in and takes the catch.
They're all bowled out for 138.
So Shivo picks up the final wicket.
Giving him figures of 1 for 10.
And that was the last ball as well. So they did make it. Kind of.
In one way. Yep. They completed their 20 overs.
They made them bowl all the balls.
They did. But unfortunately for them, in the last 2 overs, there weren't the number of wides that they would have liked to have received. So a target of 139 for the strikers. You wouldn't think that will trouble them too much. Really, the Rising Stars would have had to have got to at least 150 to make it troublesome. But you've got to actually score them to win, and the teams will be back out in the field in 15 to 20 minutes for the resumption of play to see if strikers are able to chase it down, and if so, how quickly. So the players and umpires are back on the field for the second innings, as the Strikers need 139 runs in 20 overs. And opening the batting for the Strikers, as usual, is Habib Khan. He's joined by Ali Masood. To open the bowling for the Rising Stars will be Udian, coming from the Kiev end. Habib cuts it away to cover a dot ball. There's a gully, a point, an extra cover and a cover. Long on. This one straighter. Habib gets under it. It's sailing towards the boundary and it will be 6. There's a fielder at cow corner, but that was too straight for him to get anywhere near at all. And then completing the onside field is a mid-wicket and a man backward of square who's on the ring. Full and driven straight and into the gap, and that will be 4. As the fielder who I was trying to find, as I realised that there was one missing from my count, who is in fact the long off, came around. Nazmul, who is just to the left of the camera. Well, again, this time Habib has picked him out, and he'll just pick up the 1 run. So slow bowling to start things off, not really working out for the Rising Stars here. Well, to be fair, most of their bowlers are fairly similar. Don't really have much in the pace department. Cut away by Ali. He picks out to the fielder a point, so no run. And a little update on the Strikers keeper. He is still with the ambulance crew. Udian lobs this one up, and Ali got all of that, and he'll get 4 runs. Put it between the cover and extra cover fielder. Well timed, well placed, and 4 runs well deserved. So 15 coming from the first over. Complete opposite to the Rising Stars' first over in this match. And just as I say that, the ambulance is preparing to leave the ground. I believe the player is on board. I hope he has a speedy recovery. So Shoaib is going to bowl the first over from the Stockholm end. Habib on strike. He just pushes this one back to Shoaib. Habib drives this one. Long off fielder has to come in from the boundary to do the fielding. And it's just the 1 run. Sharp in once more to Ali. Ali just prods this into the infield for 1. Outside of off and beats the bat. Habib looking to guide that one away, but he is unable to get hold of it. He has got hold of this one. It's either just bounced in inside or, yep, the umpire signals 4. Habib picked it up well. Dispatched it over square leg. Strikers getting off to a roaring start here in this run chase. They don't have too many they need to chase down, and at the rate they're going now, it's not going to take them very long at all. So yeah, Rashid, the strikers keeper, has been taken to the hospital. We hope he'll be okay. And the umpire has now actually changed his signal for the previous ball, saying that it was 6. The fielder must have informed him. He cuts this one just wide of cover. There's a fielder coming around trying to cut it off, and he is not able to do so. That is another boundary. 4 more to the total for the strikers. Habib is racing away with this now. $27 for none after 2 overs. Strikers maintain this rate, they'll get it in within 10 overs. So, change of bowling from the Kiev end. It's going to be Sheben with the new ball. Batter appealing for a wide, a ball that he had half of the bat over the ball. So rightly not called by the umpire. He lofted cover drive, and that will be 4 more. Ali getting into the act, copying his partner Habib. Strikers look to make short order of this total.
209 for the Wolves. Vikings against the Wolves.
Sheben in again. Slaps this one straight, but there is a fielder there. Nazmul picks it up, keeps them to just 1. Dave with an update from Field 2 that Viking Stars have hit 209 from their 20 overs against the Wolves. 137 for Rupam.
Yep.
That is a very nice knock. And I'm pretty sure my brother is not one of the viewers of our match, but if he was, I would say bad luck that West Ham are relegating Leeds by beating them 2-1 at this point in time. Swing and a miss outside of off. Sheben coming round the wicket to the right-hander, and he drags the ball across them, makes it quite difficult. But this time he's on the body, and Habib says, "Thank you very much, I'll have a piece of that," and that's another 6. So 3 overs gone, none for 42. The strikers are aiming to have an early day here. It's now already just looking like a case of how few overs are they going to require to get these runs.
Yeah, I had a chat to Habib and Arslan, and the plan was 10.
Well, at the rate they're going at the moment,
Pretty
9's
much
more
exactly
likely.
it. I dare say this game is going to finish a very long time before the game on ground 2 does.
Yeah. Big appeal.
Just going down leg, I think.
Full slapped towards cow corner. They just amble through for the 1 run.
So not a terrible idea to start with the spin. Give them something else to think about, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Well, as I said before you joined me, I don't really have much in the way of pace.
This is true.
Rising Stars.
And it didn't work from this morning. It was 12 wides in the first 3 overs from the medium paces. So I'd imagine that's one thing they've already done a lot better.
There's a chase on here.
And
the ball's going to win it.
Yep.
That's 4 more for Ali.
Not particularly looking forward to playing the Strikers next week. They seem to be getting better every week. So that's down the leg side from Shoaib and wide. Full. Sweepers coming round, but they should get back for 2, and they do.
Ali with the most casualest of casual 2s.
The patented walking between the wickets that the Stallions of Saif, Ali and Bilal really cornered the market in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but that's the 50 partnership, just 23 deliveries. Ali,
Nice.
beautiful straight drive there from Ali. If you don't want to have to run, that's the type of shot you should be playing. You can stand and watch the ball score the runs for you.
Ali, maybe shoelace, the bane of Estonian cricket. Thought he was hobbling off, but no, he just had a shoelace. So
we're
Canberra.
going to see the 3rd bowler to bowl from the Kiev end so far this innings, or only the 3rd over to be bowled from the Kiev end of this innings. So one of the few rising star bowlers who do bowl with a seam up. He bowled very well last week for the Rising Stars against the Riders. See if he can break up this opening partnership of the strikers.
Ooh, Habib nearly yorked himself walking at the bowler.
Fumble by the fielder. Kind of got a squarish mid-wicket and a straightish mid-wicket.
The problem being if either of these guys gets onto it in that direction, it's going over their heads.
Yeah. I was expecting to then see someone at deep mid-wicket. What? I mean, that is pretty much the field you set for someone who hits to cow corner.
Ali plays very straight, but also can hit the ball to other parts of the ground.
He also tries to come dancing down the wicket to Tambir, and in the end it does not benefit him.
Yeah, both batters busy, moving about. Full toss. Through the gap, Shoaib's after it. And they'll get back for 2.
Was nicely driven through the covers there.
Yeah, didn't try to do too much with it, just picked it the gap and played it along the ground, so a nice shot. Run rates. Oh, slower ball.
Nazmul comes around and stops it just in front of our commentary hut and keeps it to 1.
See the eyes light up there, but did well to control himself. Not a very, I would say, a disguised slow ball.
He strays down leg side this time for a wide. Haven't been many of those. May have been the second one, I think, for the innings. Could have actually been the
I think
first.
by this point in the first innings there was maybe 20. In the first game today there was probably 20. As Ali squirts that away on the leg side, the fielder's after it. He looks like he'll get to it. He does, and they get 2. And now Habib's joined the walking brigade. And that is the end of number 5. 63 runs scored. So just dropping under that 14 run rate required for the 10 over victory. But yes, they were very much mindful of the fact that net run rate could make a big difference at the end of the season. So they were going out with the plan in mind to run this down as quickly as possible.
Yep, there's no finals in the SD Premium Liga. It is just the team at the top of the table after all of the matches have been played. Each team plays each other team twice.
Nicely driven, just a single.
So net run rate could be very, very crucial. If have a scenario if the Stallions have already beaten the Strikers, and if in the return match the Strikers beat the Stallions, then the net run rate will become quite crucial, as there's every chance they could both be on the same number of points.
Leggy from Shire, but strays down the leg side. He's got a history of bowling some very good leggies as his change-up and some very bad ones.
Short.
Oh, got onto Ali quickly. He had a real problem last year where every time he tried to bowl it would be a head-high full toss.
Yikes.
But he seems to have fixed that this year. He's bowled a couple of really good ones. He actually bowled someone through their legs with one in the last game last week. It's lofted by Ali into the big gap on the leg side, and they'll come back for 2. Ali hopefully will eventually walk the second run.
Ali's definitely got a good career in walking cricket when he gets a little older. I mean, I don't think they've actually got any age restrictions, so he might be able to just start playing it already.
Leggy again. Oh, it's
Big
turned.
appeal.
Big appeal, but I think it's probably turned too much. It did look like it turned off the pitch there. That's the dangerous one. If he pitches it in the right spot, it does turn a long way. Off he again.
Cuts away, finds the gap. There's no one in the deep.
Running. Fielder cuts it off with a foot just inside the boundary. 2 more.
Run rate hasn't quite slowed down as much as Ali's walking between the wickets, but it's heading in that direction.
Yeah, last ball of the power play. Leggy again and beats the bat.
So dot ball to finish the power play. 69 runs on the board. They just need 70 more. And the flurry of boundaries has dried up a bit here for the strikers.
I have a feeling it won't be long till we see another one, Terry.
I will be very surprised if we do have to wait much longer.
So, to bowl.
Tambia going to continue? Is it not? Or no?
Yes, it is. He's just giving his hat to Nahid.
Yeah, I'm surprised Nahid hasn't bowled.
Yeah, he was a little wayward this morning, but no more so than anyone else.
Perhaps he'll come on from the Stockholm end next. Habib steps across, squeezes this one backward of square.
Didn't get all of it, but good enough. Just walking across his stumps, trying to open up the leg side.
So Tambia coming into Ali.
Over the off. No one out there.
Another lovely lofted cover drive for 4. It bounces into the logs, comes back and hits the not a cricket sign. A little bit of ping-ponging. Umpires might want to have a look at the ball once it comes back in. And they'll get a chance to because the throw has missed all the fielders.
Well, the Wolves have certainly made an explosive start looking to chase down 209. 19 for 1 off 1.4.
Nice.
Mubashar gone for just 1. Furkan and Ali Raza in there. Those are the 2 they probably need to go big if they're any chance of chasing it down.
Ali goes straight this time and straight to Nazmul. Long off. Habib
Short.
picks this one up.
4
2,
runs.
3 bounces and it's 4.
Just too short. Just sat up and said, hit me please, and he did. So moves into the 40s. Off just 19 balls. Certainly not slowing up. 10 already off this over. Walks at the bowler again. It's found the fielder this time, so it will just be the single.
Slower one.
wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's dropped. What an incredible set of events. He's bowled a full toss down the leg side. Would have been a wide. Ali's tried to flick it down to fine leg for 4. He's hit the back of the bat. It's gone to gully, and he's put it down.
It was straight down his throat as well. I mean, I can understand him being shocked that the ball was coming towards him from where it was hit. You would not have been expecting to see it. You were expecting to look towards fine leg and hoping that the fielder backward of square would be able to go and cut it off. Instead, he suddenly realises it's coming straight at him, and he's not able to get his hands to it.
It has definitely not been the Rising Stars' day at all.
No, that really, I really wish he had have held that. That would have been some comedy cricket gold. Still probably worthwhile of clipping it and putting up all over social media for the shot alone.
But, the Rising Stars, when they're on, they're a brilliant team to watch. But they have not been on at all this year. It's like they haven't come back from holidays. Took the winter off, didn't play the indoor league.
So Shoaib is bowling out from the Stockholm end. Well, I think there's also a degree of that you saw how comfortably they played against Riders. Full toss.
He's a fielder under it. He's coming. No, it's not going to get there. 2 bounces, picks it up. So Habib didn't get onto that one. It was a full toss and whacked it out in the leg side, but didn't get onto it.
I think it's just a case of Rising Stars are a gap ahead of the Riders, but the rest of the field is also a gap ahead of them.
Well, I won't make any comments about Hippos till we play them, but they did beat us once last year, and they beat us the year before in the semi-final, I think. So it's usually a good match between the two teams, but they do seem to just not be firing this year, the Rising Stars. And they are a team they're a confidence team. And once their heads are down, it's very hard for them to get them back up again.
Habib picks up another 2, and that will be his 50 from 23 deliveries, 4 4s.
Make sure he
3
salutes
6s.
the camera as well as his teammates. He's got a lovely new bat today. Maybe he's thanking the sponsor. Oh, very full. And he's thrown the kitchen sink at it and missed it completely. New bat, new shirt. New man. Nope, same Habib. 50 off 24. Leggy again and waits for it nicely.
Guiding it to point. The deep point comes in to restrict it to 1. And that will be the end of Shoaib's spell. None for 39. He had a few deliveries in there that troubled the batters, but he wasn't able to dismiss any of them. So the strikers' opening partnership marches on. 89.
He's one of, I think, 3 bowlers with over 100 wickets in Estonian cricket.
But one thing he has contributed in doing by not giving up any boundaries in his last over is there's pretty much no chance that strikers can get this in
the
10.
10 overs, yep.
They still need 50 runs. And Nahid is going to come on to bowl.
Habib's doing the calculations, wondering if he can get 50 out of 49 out of the next 50 to get to his 100.
That would be a phenomenal effort of hogging the strike.
Oh,
full
straight.
from Nahid.
Partha's coming. He's not going to get there. Whacks into the logs and another 4.
Well, if Habib is going to try to hog the strike, that is the best way to do it.
Yeah, 5 4s and a single. Stu Hook style. There's a man that can count to 5. And again, straight. Partha's coming round, but it's over him.
Yeah. He's not going to settle for 5-4s.
And that might have gone over the road, I think.
Yeah, it was in the exact same spot, but a little bit more lofted, and he gets 6 for it.
I have made the comment on the relative heights of the Rising Stars, and I have to say, if I was picking someone to put on the boundary, it wouldn't be Partha. Because that's about the third one today that I think most of the other players on the team would have got a hand to.
Yeah, you would... Nazmul, who's at long off, would have had a far better chance.
But they've got the ball back. Luckily, didn't clear the road and go into the canal on the other side. Oh, full toss. And another 4.
Yeah, this time it's on the other side of Partha.
He's having a good workout, getting his steps in today.
Indeed, as he runs off to collect it from the logs and then bowl it in.
So 4-6, 4-6-1 maybe. Give Ali one ball to dot it up. So moves on to 65.
He's
25.
coming around the wicket.
Oh,
it's a
another
full
one.
toss again. He hasn't quite got hold of this, though.
It's 4. It's 4. One bounce.
He was really hoping to hit a maximum in there.
So 18 off the first 4 balls for Nahid. And Habib moves to 69.
Well, he's trying his best to get it done in the 10.
Round the wicket now. And, yep. Here comes the single. And he's just got to hope that Ali doesn't score off this ball.
Oh, I'd be happy if he scores. He just doesn't want him to score a 1 or a 3. Well, I suppose, no, I know.
Preference would be a dot, I think.
Yeah. But surely Habib just wants to get the score as quickly as possible and doesn't think 100 would be possible.
Well,
and
that's
Ali's
the
going
end
to
of
hit
it.
4.
That's 4. So forget about the 100, Habib.
23 from the over from Nahid. In ECN terms, that's a magical over.
27 left for the 10th over to get this done. Probably not going to happen, but...
Well, all they've got to do is exactly the same as this over and then turn the 1 into a 6 and...
Never say never.
They'll manage to do it in 10.
Who's going to be the poor bloke delivering over number 10, Terry? It is... Oh, poor old Partha. He's had a good run around. Oh, no, it's Tanbir. Tanbir's coming back in.
Yeah, he's just swapping ends. Going to have a go from the Stockholm this time after bowling a couple overs from the Kiev end.
I tell you what, unless he gets 10 quick wickets, it's not going to make much difference. So Habib and Ali, you would think they'd want to see this home.
Yeah, and we did miss the 100 partnership coming up in that last over due to all those boundaries.
Ooh.
He goes aerial again, but this has come off the edge of the bat, lands
And they'll
safely
come back.
between 2 fielders, so they do get the 2 runs.
Able to overrun it, a little bit of spin on it, and allowed them to come back for 2. So 72 off 31 for Habib.
That would be, with the exception of Ali's miracle ball around the corner, that was the closest thing to a chance.
Oh.
Drives this one straight back to the bowler, who's unable to block it with his foot.
Unable or unwilling? Probably not worth an injury at this. Probably not worth an injury at this point.
Certainly not.
We've certainly had enough injuries today.
Yeah, we don't need a fourth ambulance coming out to the ground.
Full.
Outside off.
Just going to be one. So, yep, that's now, I don't think, possible to get it in this over. Oh, a slow ball again. He's played it well, and they're just going to walk a one.
Hasn't been possible since the second delivery.
I was counting on a no ball at some point.
I don't think you can have expected no ball from Tamby. He's better than that. Oh, he's going the reverse.
There we go.
Picks out the fielder.
Of course he does.
He's lucky it landed just in front of him.
I hope Richard Cox is watching and noting it down in his little book, how ineffective that shot is for Ali.
Yeah.
I know he's a big fan of it.
Trying to be clever, and he was half a metre away from getting it out. Slices this one over point, and that will be 4. As Ali edges closer to bringing up his half century. And that will be 121 without loss after 10 overs.
Tell me they're not going to bother having a drinks break, Terry.
It looks like they're going to. You've got 18 runs to win. To be fair, it's very possible that, I know
They haven't done a lot of running.
the way they've been going, it's unlikely, but it's very possible that they could require 4 or 5 overs to get 18 runs.
Yes, but
So
like I said, they haven't done very much running here. I don't know that a drink is really necessary. Fielding team clearly thinks the same, as they're not bothering. And it looks like Parter.
No, because I think the fielding team's 12th man has gone AWOL.
Ah,
He's not over there watching.
looks
And
like one of the strikers is going to grab their drinks.
Striker starts to act as 12th man for the Rising Stars.
Looks like Parter's going to come into bowl.
I did notice during the first innings that the 12th man was absolutely glued to his phone. He literally was holding it in front of him, just staring straight at it. So
Maybe he had, the ambulance. Maybe he had the ambulance number up ready to go, Terry. Making their way back out now.
So West Ham running out 3-1 victors over Leeds. I had given my brother some false hope by saying, well, we've got all our eyes on Europe now at European Cup final on June 7th.
I don't think you need many eyes on Leeds, to be honest.
And,
Southampton getting smashed as well. Because they were already relegated, so... Short, smacked, and
4.
that'll be 4. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to take 4 or 5 overs, Terry.
Nope.
I think it might be 1 or 2.
I didn't think. It was just that, technically it was possible.
Mm-hmm. Parter's known for his Yorkers. That was a long way from a Yorker. It's gone halfway across the rugby field. So that bib moves on to 78 off 34. He's going to fall very closely short to his 100, unfortunately.
Leeds aren't actually relegated. If they can win their last game and Everton not get any points in their last game, then
And
Leeds will
that's
stay up.
beaten the unnecessary dive from the fielder on the circle, and they come back for 3.
Well, they're doing some running now.
Mm-hmm.
See what a little bit of water can do?
Mm-hmm.
Rehydrates them.
All the difference.
Yep.
Habib moves to 81. Ali on 44. Be happy to get another 50. He's been in good form this year, and that's through the offside. Chase is on.
I think the ball's going to win. Oh, no, it's just pulling up.
Shepard, he's made a bit of a meal of it, but it's pulled up just inside, and they get another 3.
I've got to describe this for our viewers as it was off camera. The ball's already come to a stop 2.5 metres inside the rope. Shepard then attempts to jump over it and back heel it as he does, and he misses it by 4 inches.
Habib cross
Short.
Opens up that leg side, and yep, just too easy. Moves to 85, and
that means only 4 runs required. I think unless
Ali's going to miss out on his 50, I reckon.
Yeah, unless Habib just pushes a single here or blocks out the last 2 balls of this over, Ali's going to get stranded on 47 not out.
Well, I can't see him blocking out the last 2 balls of the over, so we'll discount that.
Yeah.
He might swing and miss, although he hasn't done a lot of that today. And Parther's pace, it's very hittable for a player of his skill. Oh, short again, smacked away, and that...
There is a fielder there, though. Oh, no, he's misfielded it.
Oh, he's shinned it, but he's managed to stop it. And just 1.
Ali gets a chance.
He's got 1 ball. You got to hit a 4, Ali. Don't hit a 4. I think your chance... Oh, although if he hits a single...
Yeah, he'll get back on strike. So, pretty much boundary or a 1 is what Ali wants.
So not far off the 10 over winning.
Yeah, if he hits a boundary here, just been 1 extra over required to chase them. It's outside off. It's slapped away.
That fielder out there gets down well, and they just get the single. So he's got the next over to try and get his 2 runs required for the win and 2 runs required for his 50. So as long as he doesn't hit a single, he should get it.
Well.
Unless they bowl 2 wides, I guess.
That could certainly happen, and not even by a bowler doing it deliberately just to be an annoying bastard.
So Udian, I think this will be. Bowls leg spin.
Bowled the first over of the match from
the
Kiev end and got absolutely spanked. I think it was 15.
I wasn't about to talk him up. Just he bowls
15.
leg spin. And Ali
mishits it, but there's a gap there. So
it'll either be 4. No, they'll come back for 2, and that is the game.
Yep.
He gets his 50.
They're running a third that doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Gets his 50, and that's the game. So
Bib is kissing his bat.
He's a special young fella.
Oh,
he can certainly hit a cricket ball, though.
Certainly puts a lot of stock in that new bat then.
Well, it's worked.
Strikers win by 10 wickets. They were in complete control. Habib, no surprise, as player of the match, is 3 for 14 from 3 overs with the ball and 86 not out with the bat. It was one-way traffic all day from the strikers. Rising Stars didn't have anything.
It's been one-way traffic against Rising Stars for the entire day, unfortunately for them. It's not been a fun double-header.
No, but I suppose they can one silver lining for them is that none of the ambulances that came were for any of their players.
This is true. They've avoided injury, unlike the other teams they were playing against.
Yep. We hope all 3 players who had to be removed from the field via ambulance are recovering well and will be back on the field in not too distant future. But that's the end of our broadcast for this weekend from the Estonian National Cricket and Rugby field at Tiskre. We'll be back next Saturday with more Division 1 action from 11 a.m. Good afternoon.